Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, an elderly man dies after part of his house collapses. An elderly resident of Buck Up Resort in Manchester died on Thursday morning after one of the walls of his house collapsed on him. Police say 80-year-old Stanley Castle went outside to inspect his house following the passage of Hurricane Beryl when the incident occurred. He was taken to the Manville Regional Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Police investigating 2 murders in St. Andrews South. The St. Andrews South police are probing the circumstances that led to the shooting death of 2 men in 2 separate incidents on 5th Street, Greenwich Town, Kingston 13 on Thursday. In the first incident, about 10:35 a.m., an unidentified man was shot and killed by a gunman as he cut a tree in his yard. He reportedly attempted to escape his attackers and collapsed in a yard nearby. He was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Just a few minutes later, about 10:40 a.m., 69-year-old Donovan Simpson was at a bar when he was pounced upon and shot several times. A woman who was nearby was also shot and injured. Simpson was pronounced dead at the hospital. VAS summons JPS Flo and Digis to give update on restoration of critical utilities. Minister of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport, Darrell Vaz, has summoned the Jamaica Public Service Company, Flo and Digis, to give an update on the restoration of critical utilities. The minister has asked each entity to present a comprehensive briefing on plans to resume normal operations, which should include clear timelines. Minister Matthew Samuda and a team from the National Water Commission and the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation will also attend the briefing, as the resumption of the water supply in some areas is dependent on reliable electrical output from the grid. This prolonged absence of electricity and reliable mobile reception is simply unacceptable. Tomorrow, JPS Flo and Digis must give an account and update the nation on the restoration efforts, Vaz said in a press release on Thursday. I will do everything in my power to ensure that all Jamaicans have electricity and mobile reception as soon as possible. Vaz will be hosting a press conference today, July 5 at 10 a.m. to update the nation on the restoration of the critical services. Several sections of Jamaica are without electricity, water and internet services following the passage of Hurricane Beryl on Wednesday. The utilities have indicated that restoration efforts have been hampered by severe infrastructural damage across the island. Missing Arnett youth was battling for custody of beloved son. Alric Moncrief, the Arnett Gardens man, reportedly washed away by waters in a channel on Wednesday, was scheduled to appear in the family court on Thursday to make his case for regular access to his 2-year-old son. Moncrief was reportedly swept away after trying to retrieve a ball from the drain while playing a game of football during the passage of Hurricane Beryl. The security guard has been engaged in an ongoing struggle to visit his son ever since the child's mother relocated with the boy to a rural community. Speaking with the news yesterday, while relatives, friends and community members from Arnett Gardens searched the sandy gully and the drains below Marcus Garvey Drive to locate Moncrief, Sylvia Knight expressed how her 20-year-old nephew loved his child. I know he had good things in store for him and his son. Me know that because him work hard. Today was a court date for him and him mother and the baby mother to decide who keep the baby or what, Knight told the news. Me no know if that trigger him off, she said, adding that Moncrief was looking forward to attending court. Him baby mother take the child and go on a country with it, so them always a say him want him son. A lady come hug me up and say, all him depend a say him want him son, Knight shared. A resident of Arnett Gardens, who was part of the search party, told the news that she did not believe that he was suicidal, but genuinely went for the ball in the rushing water. I don't think him jumping because of the court case. He wanted to see his son, yes, but he was playing and he was only trying to get the ball, she said. Knight said that Moncrief's first job was with her company, where he remained about 4 years before getting a job as a security guard. A body initially believed to be that of Moncrief's was found in Port Henderson, Portmore yesterday during a search. However, due to the state of the body, it could not be identified. That identification will now be done during a post-mortem or through forensic test. Knight said the tragic event has dealt a hard blow to Moncrief's family, relatives, and the persons who knew and loved him. "We are taking it hard, very, very hard," she said. The young man numbered among residents who disobeyed the curfew orders imposed on Wednesday, as the persons were instructed to remain inside their homes from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. as the hurricane passed. His aunt says the youth, who was affectionately called Kalanji and Lala, was very reserved. "He was a quiet, humble youth. Kalanji no talk, Kalanji no talk, Kalanji quiet, quiet, quiet. Him no give trouble. Him just play him football and go him work and play him game. Him no trouble people," the aunt said while weeping. "Anybody know Kalanji can say the same thing about Kalanji. Him is not a violent person," she said. Hurricane Beryl caused significant damage to agriculture sector, says the ministry. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining is reporting significant damage to several facilities and agricultural projects following the passage of Hurricane Beryl over Jamaica on Wednesday. Despite the challenges posed by the hurricane, the ministry remains committed to the swift recovery and support of our sectors, the ministry said in a press release on Thursday. Several trees have fallen on the ministry's compound, and while this had caused some disruption, staff turnout was commendable despite the adverse conditions. The ministry's main building retains power, water, and internet services. However, flooding has been reported on several floors due to water seepage through windows. The ministry said communication across parishes remains extremely difficult, with reports of blocked roads due to fallen trees and poles. The ministry's team has already begun clearing debris and fallen trees, working diligently to restore facilities to their original state. The ministry is reporting that at the Boodles Research Station, one of the citrus budwood houses collapsed, resulting in the loss of one of 2 budwood facilities located there. Additionally, one of the parent plant houses has been damaged. The station also suffered 100% damage to its commercial crops and the loss of the packing shed. Reports from the Banana Board indicate that staff have been alerted and officers are currently assessing crop damage, which appears to be severe in areas such as Portland and St. Mary, with damage exceeding 80%. Boodles has reported total crop loss. One daily paid worker has tragically lost his house to a candle fire. The Banana Board office is without electricity, and while there has been minor damage to windows and plumbing, these issues are being addressed as part of the ongoing recovery efforts. Majority of the greenhouses in the major producing areas have been destroyed, the ministry said. The National Irrigation Commission reported that their water production systems were not significantly affected. However, the conveyance systems were impacted by fallen trees and branches. The area of St. Elizabeth is still being assessed, but communication issues have delayed the relay of information. The Essex Valley Agriculture Development Project's solar system sustained the damage, with approximately 3% of the solar panels affected and the fencing and the light poles down. Water production systems across the NIC operations will remain non-operational until power is restored. Detailed evaluations are ongoing, and the cost will be ascribed as assessments continue. The ministry also noted that agro-processors like Grace Foods in St. Elizabeth have closed due to extensive infrastructure damage, and no acceptance of deliveries is anticipated until cleanup activities are completed. Farmers will be advised accordingly. Fishing beaches are filled with rubble, and some boats are reported damaged, with extensive loss of fishing equipment. Reports continue to pour in as the Rural Agricultural Development Authority conducts field investigations to determine the full impact of the hurricane on agricultural activities, the ministry said. The ministry said it is actively coordinating with local agencies and partners to ensure a comprehensive assessment of the damage and to facilitate effective recovery and support for affected farmers, fishers, and facilities. Our farmers and fishers are the backbone of our nation, and we ask for your resilience and solidarity as we work together to restore normalcy, said the ministry. Further updates will be provided as more information becomes available. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.